We are chatting with the one and only, the amazing Emily Hampshire. Of course, you know her as Stevie Budd from our favorite show of all time.
Of all time.
Is that fair to say? Schitt's Creek. Were you inspired to create this character, Stevie? I'm sure the words came off the page, but you put so much life into her as a character.
Well, it's so weird. I remember when I first auditioned for it, and a friend of mine had auditioned for it as well. And later when I got the role, she was like, it made so much sense that you got this, because I remember reading the sides for it and I just didn't get it. And my response to that, like in my head, was, what was there not to get? It was just so clear to me. Yeah. But I realized maybe not to other people. When we had wrapped, Dan showed us all our audition tapes.
Oh my God.
And what was so fascinating was to see everyone else came into the room with who they are on the show. Like Annie was like, she made Alexis, and that wasn't the Alexis on, like, yes, the writing was there, but like she brought the little pterodactyl hands. And Noah coming, like, it was so amazing to see. And I, for the first time, I think I could see in myself why I was cast. Whereas normally I'm like, I don't know, they made a mistake. But like when I saw it, I was like, oh, I would have cast me.
Your character is brilliant.
Joanna and I visited the Schitt's Creek set.
You guys were early adopters. Like,
very early adopters.
No one else was into, like, even when you say before COVID, like most people discovered it. Like Netflix, but then COVID.
We were pre-Netflix. Joanna and I went to visit the set in Toronto, which, again, it's like, maybe we should keep us out. Like, that was like a bad choice. Like, I accidentally dropped my bag during all of it. Everything spills out. I know we're supposed to be quiet. We're not being cool. I'm literally leaning over, just trying to get everything back into my bag. Joanna's clearing her throat, which I'm like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden I hear Dan say, I want you to meet my pals, Clea and Joanna. And I stand up from my bag that spilled everywhere, and it was Catherine O'Hara, dressed like Beetlejuice. And she's like, we proceed to have like a 15-minute conversation with this absolute legend and icon, and I'm blacked out the whole time.
Clea's so weird. She's like, was I weird? I was like, oh, you were so weird.
I think I was so freaking weird.
You were so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you were.
I think we were talking about Hawaii. I don't know. There were weird things that came
weird.
up. I was weird. I was the weak one. I was weird.
When I met Jane Fonda, I'm not like a big fangirl of most actors and stuff, but I am of her, and I became weird. Really weird. Like, I wrote her this long letter in turbulence on a plane and then gave it to her, and it was like a serial killer.
But that was me.
It did make me more empathetic to any time a fan comes up to me and they're weird. I'm like, I know, I've been weird too.
Right.
Really weird.
It is just hard to be cool in a moment that just overtakes you.
Yeah, you can't help yourself.
It's so funny, though, how weird people get. I want to play a character who's just always in a state of that kind of weird. Because it's so, and you know you're being weird, and you can't stop. You're like trapped in the weird.
You're trapped in it.
You are trapped in it.
My problem when I get trapped in the weird is I have to make it weirder. Like, I have to, you know? And then you're calling out, right, and then you're calling out how weird it is. I'm actually shocked I didn't go on an apology tour to Catherine O'Hara.
You were weird to Tom Petty, too.
Oh, I did. I was weird to Tom Petty, but I didn't mean to be. We were at a hotel in Dallas, and the elevator door opens, and it's Tom Petty, and so I scream, Tom Petty, like in his face, and he was he looked down in such pity for me and such like disappointment that a person would be so weird and call him out, like in this hotel. We're at like a conference. Tom Petty died shortly thereafter. So you know what? I stand by.
From that experience.